Yo, what's up guys, it's Kanji here once again. Welcome back with another video here for you guys. And yesterday, a major patch hit the scene on DomiNations. And as you all know, this patch was a big deal. For example, as you guys see right now, I'm on the Replace the Wonder page, which we're going to talk about just in a bit. But this patch really changed a lot of things, and there's a lot to talk about, so strap in everybody. Ladies and gents, here it is. So the first one we want to talk about is Replace the Wonder. Now, what is the problem with this? Well, it costs 600 crowns. To change your nation, it costs 600 crowns as well. How is it that replacing the wonder is the same price as changing the nation? I'm totally okay with the 600 crowns for the nation thing. I'm totally not okay with this. This thing should cost no more than 100 crowns or no crowns at all. Because let me tell you guys, most of these wonders are bullock shit right now. They're not even good, and it's probably going to take forever for Big Huge Games to ever buff these properly. Because when they said they buffed the gunpowder age wonders, oh, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that, guys. Because we're going to see what the problem with is for the gunpowder age wonders. But before we do that, the only one that's right now still good is the Notre Dame. So if you don't have the Notre Dame, then I guess you have to get it, because everything gets so fucking expensive in Enlightenment Age, it's impossible to upgrade your stuff properly. But other than that, who the hell is gonna pay 600 crowns for the Terracotta Army unless you're a brainless spender, or the Forbidden City, or in fact these useless wonders in the Bronze Age? I'm not gonna pay that much crowns for Hanging Gardens or the Pyramids. Fuck that, guys, and no one should ever do this. Unless you're a brainless, idiotic spender, fine, go ahead and spend it. But if you're smart, do not spend 600 crowns for this. This is not worth it at all. So the other thing we gotta talk about, of course, whoops, I moved that, it is gonna be the gunpowder age wonders. So apparently these were revamped. Well, let's see how revamped they are. So the Taj Mahal got an increased loot stolen from attacks, hire a free mercenary once per day. That sounds awesome. We get free mercenary now, and we get increased loot percentage now. Now, it could be some kind of, 5% bonus like the British does. Like, this is a freaking awesome wonder, guys. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the Temple of Tikal. Increases trade good capacity and refunds some of the resources stolen by opponents. Wow, that sounds really good as well. Maybe we can protect 5% more resources with our vault now. Damn, guys, it seems like they really buffed the gunpowder wonders. It seems like they finally listened to us, that these gunpowder age wonders are shit, just like the Bronze Age and most of the classical age wonders. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the reality, shall we? So, as you guys know, One Time 80 was the guy who posted that angry, wonders suck forum post on my video. Well, that's the one that I used on my video, that's what I was trying to say. But he, again, has posted this yesterday. Updated wonders suck. So he already figured out what they does. And the Temple of Tikal, for every 100,000 stolen from you, you will only restore 3,000. And guess what? He's saying that it's garbage, essentially paying for the +2 trade good cap. Taj Mahal, for every 100,000 stolen, you'll only receive 2,000 more. And garbage, once again, essentially paying for 1 free mercenary per day. Nice ideas executed poorly. Garbage wonders still remain garbage, not worth investment of time or resources. 1 wonder per nation. Another motherfuckers with bonuses that actually fucking do something. Well, let me tell you guys, once again, this guy is completely right again. And it seems like Big Huge Games is not getting it through their thick skulls yet, because all they care about is making money. They know if they make these wonders too good, that people will use less crowns, because it's going to help you stock up more resources, help you in, looting and all that, so you don't have to use as much as crowns, to speed up your troop training time, or, buying one of those shitty ass resource packs in the store. Well, Big Huge Games, great job and making these wonders the same old shit as they used to be, because they're not any better. They're the same shit. I mean, for every 100,000 stolen or 100,000 loot, you're only getting 2,000 or 3,000 more. Do you know how crappy that is, guys? By the time you get to medieval age, they're worth jack shit. Even in classical age, they're not worth anything. 2,000, 3,000, and how are you gonna loot 100,000 in one battle? In most of the times, you ain't gonna be looting that much unless you're in the gunpowder age at least. I mean, I want to tell you guys right now, they really fucked it up. Now, I know this is a gunpowder age wonder, so you're gonna be looting 100,000, but it's not gonna be 100,000 every battle. Even in gunpowder age, most of the times you'll be looting like 50 to 70k, because a lot of opponents will know how to defend their bases. But let me tell you guys right now, this is bullshit, and I don't understand what Big Huge Games was thinking, because did they just not listen to any of us? You know, I don't get it. Like, they don't listen to people's ideas because they seem to only care about making money. You know, if they ever make these wonders good, they know people are gonna spend less money. So that is probably the main reason why. They really need to start caring more about the community and a bit less on the money. I'm not saying that we should not pay money to Nexon and Big Huge Games, because they make these games and they definitely need money to run it. And I would love to pay money for them, but until they stop fucking it up with these kind of things, because this is Bolocks, okay? I don't know how long they're gonna go ahead and, you know, run this schemy business tactics, because it's not gonna work for me, guys. I'm too smart for this. But other than that, let's go ahead and take a look at another problem. So apparently, because the nation change came out, look at this. Everyone is Romans. Romans. Do you guys remember? Okay, Intense, this #1 player, he used to be British. Bukia used to be the #1 French player. I think Lord Kos, I think he was Romans. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, Red, I think he was British. I can't remember all the nations, but look at them. They're all Romans. Well, down here, it's like Japanese mixed with other people, but they're all pretty much Romans. I'm pretty sure 50% of the people or more are Romans on this top list. It seems like everyone has changed to the Romans. And I know this is, you know, not Big Huge Games' fault, because we asked them for the nation change and, you know, we got it. But the thing is, I guess we lost a lot of diversity in the game. And this is now the community's fault. It's our fault now for, you know, just all going ahead and doing the Romans, you know, losing all the diversity we used to have. I actually was planning to change to the French, because the French, you know, has a very, very good knight. And we're going to take a look at the knight right now, because as you guys know, the knight's got a major boost. Look at their attack, is like 220, used to be like 63, so they got like 100 something boost. They got a lot of boost. The knights are not overpowered. I think they're right at where they should be. They used to have too little damage, so Big Huge Games actually did a good job on this part. But I mean, you know, I was planning to change it to the French because I wanted to try out their knights, and they also had a troop training time decrease, of course, which helps a lot. If you're gonna spend crowns, or if you're not spending crowns, it still helps a lot as well. But I mean, I was planning to do that, but it seems like Romans are the #1 way to go, because as you guys see, the top players have chosen Romans. And I mean, it's not hard to see why, because Romans actually seem to have the best late game because their infantry have the highest health. But now it seems like Romans are probably going to get the nerf hammer from the Big Huge Games, but I hope they don't do that. What Big Huge Games need to do is buff the other nations. The other nations that need buff. So I don't think Japan needs a buff, because honestly, they got a buff with this patch. Their town center now has an increased range of attack, because as you guys know, the defensive buildings all got a range. Catapults got a range to 10. Towers got a range to 7. So the castles, ballistas are ranged to 6. And so on. And I think the town centers, yeah, for Japan, their town centers can shoot now to range 6 or 7, about the same as ballista or the tower. So that's quite of a big range. So Japan technically got a buff. The nations that really need a buff right now is the British. Now the British has even become more worthless, because their longbowmen used to have the, you know, range bonus. So sometimes they would outrange, just like the cannons and the ballista did, because they had a range of 5. Now the longbowmen can't even outrange anything, because their only range is 5. The British are completely disastrous right now, and Big Huge Games should have thought about this better, because they definitely should have buffed the British. Their loot bonus, the 5% loot bonus, is pathetic. Like, British nation is absolutely in disaster right now. And you know, nations like, I'm not sure if the Greeks need a buff anymore because of the knight buff, because the knight buff is going to help the Greeks and French a lot now. And I've actually noticed the knights are a lot more powerful. I used the knight spam again, and they actually went in ahead and destroyed an entire base clean. And I mean, I think the knights got a little bit better, but I think they're, you know, right at where they should be. I don't think the knights are overpowered or anything right now, so that's good for them. But you know, nations like the British got really hurt because of this range boost for these defensive buildings. And another thing is, you kind of lose all your army now every time you attack. I don't know about you guys, but I always used to have a ballista, 2 ballistas or 3 ballistas, and a supply card that survived at the end of the battle, even though my entire army would die, because you know, I could safely destroy all the defensive buildings within range, but I can't do that anymore because all of these buildings have a massive range increase. Every single army that I bring now gets decimated except for the Knight army. The Knights are the only ones that survive, like everyone else dies. So as you guys can see, this range really actually helped the base defense a lot. Now I think this one is a little bit too unfair. I don't think the catapults need a range of 10. The catapults were fine with range 8. That was where it should have been. I don't think the range 10 was necessary. I mean, it's way too big, to be honest with you guys. Like, look at that. The width, it fills the entire width of my base. Just that one catapult right there. You can literally just have 3 catapults spread out evenly and they would just cover up the entire base. You know, if I spread out my catapults more, like here and stuff like that, you know, I'd cover up my entire base. So I think the catapult range is too far, and I think it needs to be cut down to 8 once again where it was. But the other range upgrades were necessary, I think. You know, the towers were a little bit too short-sighted, so are the ballistas and so are the castle. So these are fine. But anyways, so far that is really the major change. Of course, there's other changes like you know, library, which is kind of minor. They switched up some stuff like crop rotation, commerce over here, and they put zeal over here, stuff like that. Not very important. But they've also actually buffed the heavy cavalry raider attack by 20%. This used to be 10%, the one that I'm researching right now, but now they've buffed it up by 10%. So I guess they're trying to help the cavalry raiders as well. Alright guys, so I'm going to end the video right here. Thanks for watching this, guys, once again. And I know you guys probably think I'm whining like a little bitch, but let me tell you guys, these problems have to be spoken, and if no one talks about them, then Big Huge Games isn't gonna find out, okay? So I mean, they gotta know that these problems persist and they exist, so they fix it. So I hope they listen to this video and everything I said. And remember guys, this is not the only problems in the game right now. We still got like hackers running around. We still got the same crashes, bugs, and glitches running around. I mean, these things all need to be fixed. And really, Big Huge Games need to step up the game. They gotta wake up. They gotta be more organized. They gotta hurry up some things now because a lot of people are getting impatient with the way they've been running the game. But anyways, thanks for watching this, guys, once again. And I'll see you guys next time.